Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Tato, back again with the recipes that make you wanna cook. On today's video, we are making this delicious lasagna style pasta bake. Okay guys, let's get started, and as usual I will leave all the ingredients in the description box down below. First of all, we're gonna start with cooking our pasta. I added a bit of oil into my water, and then I'm gonna add my pasta. I'm not gonna add salt or any kind of seasoning. We'll season our pasta after it cooks. Now I'm just gonna stir it around so that it does not stick together. I'm gonna close my pot and cook it for 6 to 8 minutes, not longer than that. Then after that, I'm gonna take my pasta and drain it. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to my pasta just to keep it from sticking. And then I'm gonna add my seasoning, which is my pasta spice. You can use any brand that you like, or you can use aromat, you can use just a mixture of salt and pepper, anyhow you like, but I love this spice. It has a little bit of parmesan cheese in it. It's so good. Then I'm just gonna toss them around just to coat them. After this, I'm gonna test them for the taste, because you don't want it to be too salty or too bland, because we're also gonna add more flavors onto this. Okay, now we're gonna get started with our meat sauce. In my hot pot, I'm gonna add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, and then I'm gonna add my onion chopped. Now you can add as much or as little ingredients as you like. This is not a specific recipe. It's just, to give you that idea of what to make. And yeah, I'm gonna add 2 heaped teaspoons of crushed garlic. Then I'm gonna stir that around until the onion is translucent. Please don't burn your garlic. About 1 minute to 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna take my ground beef or mince meat. You can also do this with like your pork mince, your chicken mince, or just shredded chicken. I'm gonna portion it out into the onion. So I'm not too big on getting it perfectly separated. As it cooks down, you're gonna keep separating it and it will be fine at the end. So I'm gonna saute that until my meat turns brown, and then I'm gonna add my seasoning. I added about 2 teaspoons of paprika and 2 teaspoons of my exotic lamb spice. You can also substitute with any other spice that you would like. Then I'm gonna toast that around and cook it until the meat is tender. That takes about 5 to 6 minutes. Then I added 2 teaspoons of thyme and 2 teaspoons of oregano. Then I'm gonna add this ingredients. This is the mix of this dish, guys. I added my sun-dried tomato pesto. This has so much flavor in it. That's why I added so minimal spices, because I added this. It is so delicious. It has so much flavor. It's not as sour as adding normal tomato paste or tomatoes. It's so perfect and beautiful. Now you can make your own homemade pesto if you like, but I used the store-bought one, and I used about 8 teaspoons of that. Almost all, half of the bottle was gone, but it's so good. Then I'm gonna let this go for another 5 to 6 minutes. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, please reserve some of your pasta water, because here you see that I'm adding it to the mince. It's just to add that to enable the mince to thicken. after the water reduces. Otherwise, if you didn't do it, then you can always use water and flour. Now we're gonna get started with our white sauce. I melted about 50 grams of butter, and then I'm adding my green onion seasoning. There's no measurement here. You add as much or as less that you English as little or as much as you like. And then here it is a mixture of 500 mils of milk and 3 tablespoons of corn flour. This is the easier way for me to make a bechamel sauce or a white sauce. It's easy to the T. And then I'm gonna please keep stirring it until it thickens to your liking. Now you're gonna see I added a little more I added a little bit more of milk because I didn't want it to be too thick, but I just wanted it to be in between. Now you can add or omit as much milk as you want depending on how thick you want your sauce to be. I didn't want it to be thick. I still want it to be creamy and a little bit runny, the perfect consistency. Now everything is done. We're gonna assemble our pasta. Now we're gonna start off with our pasta. I did line my pan with a foil, nothing fancy here, it's just for easy cleanup after this, that's all. Then I'm gonna go on with my meat sauce or my ground beef, and then I'm gonna come again with my pasta. Now can somebody tell me please the difference between lasagna and a pasta bake, because same family you know what I mean? And if you're an African, you know, growing up this was what we called lasagna. So you grow up and you know that things are classified certain way. And anyways, now I'm gonna add my sauce on top. I didn't add it in between the layers because I just didn't feel like it, but you can also do that, but I just wanted it to be on top. You know, it's gonna go down and creamy. Ooh, honey. Then I'm gonna spread it around. And then I placed slices of cheddar cheese. If you have grated cheddar cheese, you can do that. Now here is a mixture of mozzarella cheese and white cheddar cheese. I just wanted a contrast of those flavors, of those colors. Here, this is for garnish purposes, but it adds on to flavor. I'm gonna add on my green peppers and then my cherry tomatoes. Guys, I recommend this step. Please add your cherry tomatoes because when you bite into it, oh lord, it releases these juices, this flavor. It's a flavor packed bomb. Okay, please try it. Then I'm gonna go ahead with my cheese mixture, and then I'm gonna sprinkle on top with my green onion seasoning. This is just for, you know, garnish, nothing fancy, but everything adds up, guys. It comes together so beautifully. Then I'm gonna put this in my 180-degree oven until my cheese is golden brown, it's melted, it's all kinds of yumminess, and this is ready to feast on. Honey, I tell you, good. Now I serve this with that salad that I'm gonna share the video coming next, so stay tuned. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if you're gonna try the recipe, and please let me know what is the difference between traditional lasagna with lasagna sheets and this, because honey, I'll see you on the next one.